Hey crafty friends, welcome back. Lee here. So today I'll be sharing with you my 15 favorite crafty tools. These are the items in my craft room that I use the most when I am card making. I love watching videos like this. I love seeing other neat products people are using that might inspire me as well. Of course, you do not need all of these products. You can absolutely craft without these, but these are some of the things that I like to use and have made card making easier and more enjoyable. Okay, well, let's get into it. So for the first one, it is already here, and that is my Glassboard Studio glass craft mat. I believe I've had this a little over a year now, and I was really just waiting for a pattern that I like. And so the cute little flowers here were from one of their limited edition monthly ones that they come out with each month. They do a different one. I love this. It comes with some really adorable matching little magnets. I do use these small ones the most with my glass magnetic mat. But I love this. It keeps my surface clean. It's easy to wipe down. It's cute to look at. And I can attach different projects, stencils, and other things. And it's just really fun to work with. Similarly, when we think about mats, next up is, and this you can tell is very well loved. This is my Altenew Sticky Mat. This is the 9x12. I do love the bigger size. And as you can see, I don't have anything on it. I do have the plastic back over the textured side that you would put down on your surface. I just store it like this in my desk drawer. That is exactly what I do with it. I don't cover it up. I got really tired of ripping that up. But this is great for stenciling projects, wanting to keep anything on a surface. I will do little die cuts here that I might want to ink blend on, or again, stenciling, stuff like that. I use this all of the time, okay? I love this one. There are, of course, other ones on the market so far. This has been my favorite. And kind of going along with this is the Altenew Stampwheel. This is a stamp positioner. And I love this one. I have used other ones. I have other ones, but this is the one I reach for all the time. So much that I even have this in the 2.0, which is the bigger size. And it has a removable side here for large sheets of paper. But this side is perfect size. I love it. I love that they include a sticky mat already in it. That was a game changer, y'all, when this came out for me. I also love that the lid is kind of on its own and that it's not attached. It can also be replaced if something happens, as well as the sticky mat. So I do like that flexibility to be able to replace things as you need it. This works really well for, I'm a huge Concord 9th turnabout stamps. So this is perfect for that. You can turn, you can do reefs. I just love the flexibility that it provides. So kind of going along with these two products here, Altenew has what they call their stamp wheel alignment guides. Love these. I probably use them the most for things that they were not intended for. All right. So what you have is, and these are the ones that coordinate with this size. If you have the larger one, they have ones for that size. So you get 4 different alignment guides here. And if you can tell, they have different sizes on here. So for example, this one says A2, okay? So if you were to put this alignment guide here in the corner, then it would perfectly center in the platform your A2 panel, okay? Just as it kind of shows here. I actually use this a lot for stenciling. And so if I am stenciling on a card base and the stencil is bigger than that, but it's a layering stencil and I want it to line up well, I will put one of these corners on here. That way, every time I attach the next step of the stencil, it constantly is being lined up perfectly. I love it for that purpose. I also love it here in the stamp wheel if I am going to do a bunch of stamping. So for example, if I'm doing my ink swatches or something like that on my tags, if I've gotten some new colors, I will put in one of these corners here. That way that tag can just go in the exact same spot every time. And I don't have to realign stuff up. Love these. They're also great since they also have long spaces, attaching them to your sticky mat if you want to cover up a spot to make sure you don't get ink blending on. Y'all, I really do love these. You can use them for so many different things. All right, next up is stamping related. So this is a Simon Says stamp. It's just like a little rubber paw thing. I love these. I have several over here off to the side. I actually have 3 of them. I use these to put my ink pads on, okay? Because they're rubber, they stick, they don't scoot around a lot, and they fit any size ink pad that you have. That is also what I love about them. You could do something similar with the kind of silicone grip mats. I have some of those that also keeps your ink pads in place when you're stamping. The other thing, I will also sometimes just stick them directly to my sticky mat if I am doing stenciling. But I love something like this because, again, it allows flexibility for any size ink pad that I might be using. I don't have to go find something. The only exception to that is this ink holder right here. This one is for your minis. If you don't use minis, then disregard. I do have a lot of minis, so this one holds 4 different minis. Actually, you could even put some back here. I do love this for the minis. I like that it has a space in between it. This is the ink pad holder, and I like that it has a space. That way, if I'm ink blending and using my brush, I'm not like mixing in to other colors. So that's kind of, and here it is on the back, inkstandshop.com. And I love this one for the minis. So that is kind of the only exception to that. Next up is something pretty basic, and that is a swatch chart. Okay, this is for the Ohuhu alcohol Honolulu markers. That is what I use to color the most. This is, I ordered this from Etsy. Y'all, Etsy has all kinds of swatch charts. They're like a couple of dollars. So I guarantee you, whatever marker company you are using, you can probably find a swatch chart on there. I love that it's all on one page. It has the chromatic swatch chart, so it's in order by colors and lightest to darkness. There's a little that are a bit off there, but that's kind of how it goes. And so I just love this because I can see colors that would work well together for blends. And then when I'm doing a lot of coloring on images for card making, a lot of times I don't need a lot of blending because they're pretty small spaces. And so I can easily just pick out the card the color that I want here. So I love this. I only did this in the last couple months. I have no idea why it took me so long to do that. But now that I have, I use my alcohol markers a whole lot more. All right, for the next item, this might be kind of hard for me to get into the frame, but this is the Anna Griffin Empress Elite electronic die cutting machine. If you have seen any of my videos before, you know that I got this. It's been several months ago now, but I absolutely love it. I was on the fence about electronic die cutting. I don't know why it took me so long to get one, but I love it. I can't go back to the crank. I just can't. And I absolutely love it. That one is the big one. So it comes with some pretty large plates. But the thing is, it also uses their smaller plates. So this is their, I believe this is the mini plate set. I use this one all the time. So even though it holds the bigger plates, I love the little ones. These are perfect for small die cutting. At one point I had one of those little mini die cutting machines, hand cranks, and I just didn't enjoy that. So I'm glad that there are little plates that I can use with my electronic one. And then this is the small size. I'm actually missing my magnetic mat there because I wore it out. And so bonus little pro tip here for the mats. I've got some of the big larger ones ordered, and you can easily, y'all, just cut those in half and make 2 small mats if you want to save a few bucks there. I tried it out with some of my smaller ones that I use with the mini plates, and it worked really well. And I just cut it with regular scissors. So I was kind of excited to see that because I go through mats very quickly. So I'm happy to save a few bucks there. Okay, next up is related to die cutting. This is the Spellbinders. I don't know the official name. I'm gonna call it a die cut holder. But it's this cute little diamond here that you can sit on your desk, and it is magnetic. So when you're doing die cutting with small things, you can attach them here and it will hold. I've also seen like magnetic kind of stands that are kind of flat that do the same thing. But when I'm doing a lot of little die cutting with images in different colors, I love this. As I've cut out what I need, I can add it here and move it out of the way, or vice versa. So that has been really handy. The next product I'm mentioning also could probably be used in a similar way. And this is the Spellbinders stacking trays. I also have some from scrapbook.com. The only difference is the scrapbook.com does not have a lid, but they are stackable. I have those. I love them just the same. And these are great for storing little bits and pieces and projects while you're working and doing die cutting. I use these for so many things, and they are really handy to have. Next up, let's talk blending brushes. So first, I'm going to show you the larger ones that I love the most. This one right here is probably my most used. It is definitely the Holy Grail. This is the Pink Fresh Studio 1-inch blending brush. I love these. They're a great size for background stenciling. They give beautiful results for all the inks that I have. I absolutely love them. And then the other ones I have here are these big fluffy Spellbinders ones. I do like these. These are a bit larger, so they are different. So if you do a lot of backgrounds or cover large spaces, you may prefer this one. I love both of these and use them for different reasons. And I will mention the way I like to do my blending brushes is I try to have 10. That way I have one for each color family. That is how I like to do it, so I'm not overlapping. So you can see I have my little pink tag here to tell me that those are pink. Now for small blending brushes, I love the Waffle Flower Shader 1+1. I have this one here. They come in a set of white, or they also come in a set of rainbow colors, which is the ones that I have. I have the single end. They also make the rainbow set in a double brush end, so that is really cool and saving if you want to do that. And then they also make these small Shader 0+ ones. They are super tiny, but these really come in hand for some small stenciling and florals and different things. So these just come in a pack, I think of like 5 or 10. I love these. They come in handy quite a bit. All right, the next item is a little bit more related to color inspiration if you like to have fun with color. And that is the color cube. I absolutely love these, and I really enjoy just picking out different cards to get different ideas on colors that I can kind of play around with. And if you have not heard of the color cube before, or do not know about the changes that Sarah Clark has made to the color cube, she now has a website that will help you. They have a free version, and it's really cool, y'all. It will match up the colors on the cards to various art stash and supplies. So for right now, I know the Distress ink line is in there, so you can match the colors on the cube to that. The Ohuhu alcohol markers are also in there. I know those are the two things I use that are in there. There's also colored pencils, Copics, other things. This launched recently and she plans to add more, so I'm really excited to see where that goes. All right, next up we have got mint tape. This is my favorite kind of crafty tape. I love it so much that I have it over here next to my desk in a bigger roll. This is a smaller one. I use this for so much. Maybe it's kind of taping some down if I'm doing some ink blending, or if I want to make sure that die cut doesn't move when I send it through the machine. I find that it has never torn my paper, so I especially love it for that. Next up is a tea ruler. Okay, this is not any ordinary tea ruler. This is from Pear Blossom Press. This is the one specifically for A2. So what that means is, depending on if you which direction your cardstock is. For example, for an A2 card, if we're going to go this way, this will give you the center point of that card. If you are going to do it the other way, oops, here we go. I don't want to turn that over. The center point will be here. You could kind of turn it over this way if you wanted it to be at the top, but it gives you the center for each size. So that will kind of line up sentiments, and it's perfect for A2 cards because this is what the size I use the most. So I love having that. Lastly is a wax tip. I never thought this would make it into one of my favorite crafty things, okay? I used to really hate these. I saw crafters using it all the time, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't love it. It doesn't work for me. This one is from Pink and Main. So one end you have your wax tip that will screw on. They are replaceable. I have broken a couple in my learning, and then you have a little pokey tool here on the other side. I don't know if I just wasn't using it right or what, but now I love this. I reach for it all the time. I use it for so many things when I'm crafting, especially for little sequins and jewels and things that you want to attach to your card. It is perfect for that. Okay, everybody, that is it. That is my 15 favorite crafty tools. All of those things I showed you, I use regularly every time I craft. And so if there's something that you see in there that you use and you also love, put it in the comments below. If there's something that you see that might be different that you think I might enjoy, let me know. I'm always on the hunt for new, exciting things. And I hope you enjoyed this. I'm glad you're here. I upload crafty videos twice a week. And so I hope to see you on the next one. If these are the kind of things that you like, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.